tried to get a reduction in price, just because when it was inspected with my contractor, there was some water damage, and so we would have to, Ethan was going to have to, what's that called? Something about the floors were sinking, and I guess I'm not saying it right, but hoist it up some, jack it up, or whatever, and then do like mold remediation and that type of stuff. So once I got that information, we were going to see if they would consider a price reduction, but I hadn't heard back from them on that yet. So that 110 purchase price, might come down. So.
Okay. Yeah. So do you want to just wait on that to see what the final numbers end up being, and then we can chat?
Yeah, that's fine. But also, we were supposed to close on the 12th. I don't know if that's doable or not with you guys. Can you tell me like what kinds of documents I would need to gather for you, just so I can get ready for that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So the program I quoted you in, I'm not going to do an appraisal or credit check. I am just the stated liquidity. You said you had 10 grand on hand. That obviously wouldn't be enough to close on the terms I gave you. So we would need to understand where how you're closing. If we fund 90%, how are you getting the rest done? But LLC docs.
Oh, it's my own money. Yeah, it's my own money. It's because the closing was scheduled for the 12th. So I'm self-employed. So I have receivables coming. But no, I'm not borrowing any money for this at all. But anyway,
you mean you're not borrowing? Sorry. What do you mean you're not borrowing any money? You mean you're going to have the cash on hand to close?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like with a down payment. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just need we'll need to see that before we get too deep, because we want to make sure that we're working on a file that will indeed close. So just be aware of that. LLC docs, the contract, scope of work. That's kind of it. Photos of the property. Like I said, we're not going to do an appraisal, so I'll need borrower provided photos of the property itself, and we'll just kind of take your rehab budget and map those on the photos and make sure it makes sense. And then we'll come to an ARV and discuss it with you, and then if everything's good, we will close.
Okay. All right. So the LLC docs, scope of work, purchase contract. And then you said like bank statements or
just a picture of the liquidity. Yeah, bank statement's good. Yeah, we just want to make sure that we're working on a deal that'll actually close. Now, if you tell me these terms are good and you're just kind of figuring out the numbers, I can just send you that list. I can move it over to processing and just get you the entire list.
The entire list of what's needed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Would you mind just replying to the email and saying I accept these terms, just so I've got something in writing?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.